Bitcoin sinks. Thank you very much, Donald Trump. You want to know the last information about the crypto world? Then smash the like button. It's time for Crypto News, crypto to the max. This is Donald Trump saying yesterday that those tariffs were going to be imposed. You have the link in the description below if you want to listen to the whole thing. I did. And mostly I'm going to sum up for you what President Donald Trump said there. You can see him here, how he signed that executive order, and now we have tariffs all over. What happened with the market? Well, once we had these tariffs was 185 countries at the same time, some of the most tariffs ever imposed to countries in the world. Well, market crashed, market went down for good. You can see here how things went down. At the beginning, it seemed that everything was going to be okay because we had this announcement in the Wall Street Journal saying that Bitcoin could rise because those tariffs was just 10%. Well, Bitcoin was going to rise. That's not something that was said in the article, but the market started to pump because 10% is not that much. And yeah, later we had some more information. It was not just 10%, 10% was just the minimum. And when the market realized that that was a trap, it started to went down for good. So this is the moment, 4:26 p.m. ET, where Donald Trump had this poster on stage with the announcement. Here we had a fall of 4% from the high that we had, because again, the markets started to understand that all this not was as good as it seemed to be. He explained these reciprocal tariffs were calculated and somehow, and those were very kind for the countries. And he says that it's kind of half of what the countries are charging United States. For example, if you have a tariff imposed to the US of 20%, the US will tariff you back 10%. Seems fair to you? I have no clue. But you need to understand this is vastly different than a 10% tariff that we thought at the beginning was going to happen. For example, China, we have 67% tariffs. So that means 34% tariff to China. And also it means 20% for Europe, as they are charging right now 39%. This is the whole thing. And yeah, well, when this was published, again, the market crashed because now we're going to have these tariffs at the point that we didn't have since World War II. We're going to go up 10% in these tariffs as a whole. So now the question becomes, how long will these tariffs persist? If these tariffs hold, well, people expect, according to this article in the Kobayashi letter, 150 basis point reduction of US GDP growth. Well, Trump administration wants to generate 600 billion a year from tariffs, but people believe that they can make just half of that. Also, it was a huge surprise that Mexico and Canada are not going to be imposed with tariffs. So yeah, probably negotiations are going well, and that's why they are not doing that. Also, it's strange that we don't have tariffs for things like copper, also for pharmaceutical products and wood articles. So yeah, what's going on there? People speculating the power of pharma and all that. Also, if you want to know when all this is going to be imposed, the 10% baseline tariff on all countries is set to take effect on April the 5th, and individualized reciprocal higher tariffs will take effect on April the 9th. President Trump also said in this conference that he's going to cut the taxes. He's going to have the largest tax cut in American history. This will not include cuts to Social Security, Medicaid benefits. So that's for the haters. In any case, people believing that maybe this is also going to affect crypto. Maybe we should announce 0% crypto capital gains tax too. That would be good for us. We are tired of winning. Donald Trump, you told us we were going to be tired of winning. We are not tired of winning because we are going down and down and down. Thank you very much for all these pump and dumps, Donald Trump. The markets are in the extreme fear. We go down, stock market, crypto market, pumps and dumps all over, and red markets. We don't like that. Even the penguins don't like that. Trump is imposing a 10% tariff on Heard and McDonald Island, which have population of 0 people. So the penguins is going to be beautiful, and the penguins, they're going to pay billions and billions and billions of fish to United States. How is China gonna react? Well, right now, allegedly, China is restricting companies from investing in the US. That's not good, of course, and some people now concerned that those reciprocal tariffs will result in inflation raising 5% in the United States. Not good for economy, maybe good for jobs. Well, that's all the questions that the market are now questioning themselves. They are like, well, this is good for jobs or it's bad for jobs. This is good for inflation. It's bad for inflation. It's good for the country. It's good for the world. I have no clue. Of course, Marty Party trying to explain that finally you as a US citizen and probably we all over the world, we are going to be the ones that pay for all these tariffs. So probably this is what's going to happen. Price of things are going to be increased with all these increases. Who do you think is going to pay for that? Any case, Canada conceded to President Trump and agreed to remove all tariffs in the United States if he does. So maybe, again, this is all just the game cards. And, well, finally, it won't be as terrible as we might think. But right now, for your portfolio, of course, terrible, everything going down. If you go to Dex Tools, you can see there with the word tariff, we have so many cryptos there. So a lot of opportunistic people trying to make a buck. For a moment, we were happy that everything was going to be okay, but then we went down. And it's quite interesting also from Kobayashi Letter, this article, telling us that maybe the big ones knew beforehand. Because Jamie Dimon said a long time ago, and Warren Buffett long time ago announced that they had a record 334 billion cash balance. So did they know that the markets were going to act like this, going down? Maybe we have to see when Warren Buffett and Jamie Dimon bought back and then come back in. Well, Katie Wood is in already. Yesterday, she bought $130 million worth of Bitcoin, and we have some other good news for crypto today, like Fidelity launching a no-fee retirement plan for US adults to invest in Bitcoin, BNB ETF allegedly filling by Van X, and Russia can now turn seized Bitcoin into state revenue according to Kyle. Also, we knew that President Donald Trump and Nayib Bukele met, so we wonder what did they say about crypto. And interesting enough, it seems now we have rumors out there coming from Crypto Robert that Jeff Bezos is likely buying TikTok. So again, the fight between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk continues. Who's gonna win in the AI world, space world, etc., etc.? Thank you to both of you to compete in order to make us interplanetary and wealthier. Again, now what's going to happen with Bitcoin price with these tariffs? I'm going to adjust this chart. Remember, I'm not expert. This is not financial advice, but you know me. You know I love creating these charts. And now I fixed this one. So the next possible path, you see, I just squeeze everything and put it in another place. And right now, well, I say that we still have the possibility of going to 100K by April the 23rd. So maybe we are following this chart, still quite similar to price action. So yeah, we'll see about that. Remember previous video, I told you everything about this chart. If you don't know what this is or you forgot already, then go back to previous video and watch it again or for the first time. And of course, we have to be vigilant on the stock market, and we will. And also the action of dollar price. It's going down similar to what we expected. And remember, if that's the case, 2017 was this moment in time. So why not going crazy up at some point? We have a gap ahead of us, which is good. That will bring us to 85,600 soon enough. And it's interesting also to see that yesterday we just touched this resistance line that we had from these 2 points back here. So yeah, maybe we have to go to those $87,000 and then back. We'll see about it. We'll see if we are able of breaking all these resistances around $90,000, and we'll see if Standard & Poor's 500 is able of breaking this moving average that we need to break in order to be happy again. Gold prices are surging above 3,200 ounce for the first time in history as these tariffs are announced. So yeah, maybe gold was the answer. There you go. This is the chart, just all-time high after all-time high. And what about the bubbles? Crow is going down. Trump is going down. Also hype. Everything in the red, even Chainlink and Solana. And they have huge piece of information as they are going to be allowed allegedly on PayPal United States. So why are those two cryptos going down? This is huge. Remember also that PayPal is just right now for United States, but eventually it will serve crypto all over the world. And that's one of the huge piece of information that I want to share with you. And now I understood why crypto was pumping yesterday. Allegedly, they have an agreement with Sony Electronics Singapore. So yeah, that was it. But today we're going down. So it was just a matter of one day. Up is going. EOS is still Litecoin. I like that. And BNB because of that piece of information I just told you about. Crow is going down 10%. Trump 8%. Hyperliquid is going down 7.3%. So again, this is my crypto legend spirit talking right now. The crypto Rodri astronaut. This is the toy you have to buy when I talk about crypto like Hyperliquid. I know you don't like it. Some of you don't like it. In the comments below, you reflected it. But we need to learn what's going on. This is Hyperliquid. I told you everything in my previous video. So you should go there and watch it. Also, you need, of course, a Ledger Nano S, X, or maybe a Flex in order to do all this with safety. You have a lot of videos in my channel where I tell you everything about it. And also you have the link in the description below in order to buy one of these. And you have the channel. So thank you very much. That's how I can provide you for free all this information every day, like the next steps that you might do if you want with Hyperliquid. Again, if you don't like this, goodbye, see you tomorrow. But if you want the information I told you, I will tell you today what else I am doing with all this in order to be eligible for the airdrop. So again, you have the link in the description below to KittenSWAP Finance. And this is it. I wasn't selected for the Kitten token bought in pre-sale. So you are not going to be if you are coming today. But maybe for phase 3, this is a token that I want to get. Kitten. We'll see if I get it or not. In 10 minutes, all the Kitten from KittenSWAP was sold. And yeah, people is so happy about this. But again, what are the next steps, Rodri? Remember Hyperliquid, you had trade, you have the staking, and you had also the vaults. And I told you everything in previous videos. So today we're going to go to KittenSWAP, register there with my link, and then you have your dashboard. And you can see mostly you have staking, as we had with Hyperliquid. So go connect your account and stake here a little bit of hype, why not? Then after that, you can see here that in liquidity, we have pools and managed pools. So that's the way you are going to choose between all these liquidity pools that you can. And in manage, you are going to create the one you have. Just select the 2 tokens that you want to provide liquidity for. And again, use your ledger once and another, and you are then providing liquidity for the pools. You don't have those tokens. It's okay because you have the swap. Click here where you can turn any token to any token. So for example, Hype to USD XL. So you come here. Of course, first you need to come to transfer to EVM your spot tokens that you had on Hyperliquid. That's the Ethereum virtual machine. And I think we're going to get the airdrop because they're going to incentivize this Ethereum virtual machine in the second airdrop of Hyperliquid. That's my thought. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's something I think it's going to happen. So I turn clicking here my Hype in spot to EVM. And once it's in EVM, you have to go to MetaMask and you have to install the EVM Chainlink ID. Probably it will show automatically for you on MetaMask. If not, Chainlist, link in the description below. Just find the proper Hyperliquid EVM chain network and you're good to go. Then which ones you should create here with managing your pools? Well, I can show you here mine, so you decide what you want to do. You can see I have some on Hype and Pause because I believe that they're going to provide a lot of points. The thing is getting the most points that you can, not just the liquidity, not just the APR, but also the points for the airdrop. So yeah, I have some on Hype Pause. I have more even with Hype and WST Hype. And why is that? Because one thing I did, don't get lost with this, is I connected my wallet to staked Hype. I'm going to leave you the link in the description below. And here you can stake some crypto. And what you stake here, that I did, you're going to have the same you stake in Hype Liquid Hype. So it's called ST Hype. So that's how then you can come here and use your wrap ST Hype in order to create these liquidity pools. I know it seems crazy, but it's simple. You go to stake Hype, you stake it there. Once it's blocked there, they give you a liquid asset that represents the one you have staked there. And then you can come here and create a pool, go into liquidity, manage. You select here the WST Hype and another one, like for example, USD XL, and you're good to go. Finally, you will have your balance in the dashboard as myself. I told you about Hype Pause, I told you about Hype WST Hype, and I have so many others with little money there because I believe that maybe they're going to reward using the platform. So yeah, that's why I'm going every day and putting a little bit more on some of these. But you can see that the ones that I'm also betting in are L Hype, USDXL, and Hype Pure. So it's gonna take you like a whole morning to create these pools, but once you do this, you are good to go by now. Any case, I have to tell you that this is for today. We told you about KittenSWAP and how I am doing it here. You will get points after that, but in next videos, I'm gonna tell you about more things that I'm doing with Hyperliquid. I don't want you to get too crazy. Today, just the cats, the KittenSWAP, and if you want also the stake in the Hype, but the Len one. But that's it for today, because if not, you're going to be, that's a lot. That's a lot for a day. Just remember that Hype has just crossed 100,000 holders. To put this into perspective, this is nearly 1/10 of the amount on-chain Jupiter holders has. This is just 1/9 the amount on-chain Buck holders. This is roughly 1/9 of on-chain Sol holders, not to mention the million that hold on exchanges. So it's very early. This is the idea if this project goes okay. But maybe you prefer to buy our old friend Bitcoin. Why not? Then use Bitpanda, because this week they are in a promotion. If you are in Europe, you are up to earning 60,000 euros. That's the pool they have for prices. And today's we have to invest in promising crypto projects like these ones that they have in this kind of launch pad. So yeah, go there if you believe in some of this and you get your opportunity for winning 1,000 euros in Bitcoin. 12 people will be awarded with this. You have the link in the description below. And today, that's a wrap. We are just considering the Lamborghini that we are going to buy, maybe this Chinese one that dances with you as you celebrate Bitcoin going up. Dogecoin is saying like, what is all this information you're telling me? That's a lot. It's getting crazy just like this cat is kinda creepy. Well, you are creepier and the market is. Yeah, we need to keep on learning so you don't have that feeling anymore. And where do we learn and what do we learn? We learn AI with Rodrigo Ornedo, Inteligencia Artificial. And of course, we learn about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies here on Rodrigo Ornedo, Noticias Bitcoin, Crypto News, Health, Money, Love, Power in Peace, and the best is yet to come. Tudo! Links in the description below.